I'm looking at it right. That's you, John, right? All right, y'all, welcome up, John Ness. It's finally happening. The comedians are taking over. Dream come true. All right, so I wrote every last word I'm going to speak over this past weekend. We're going to see how much fun we can have here. I don't date anymore. My wife put a stop to that. But I'm glad I don't date because, well, dating sucks. First, you have to find someone. And that means you know what you're like at your worst and you've seen yourself naked, but you want something better than that for yourself, don't you? So you exaggerate your good qualities and you try to hide your bad ones to attract these better people. The problem is everyone else is doing that. See, dating happens when there's a match of your initial marketing and the disappointment of reality with another person. You're not getting some great shiny present in a grocery bag. No, you're getting used socks wrapped up in a bow and ribbon. The wrapping paper is as good as it gets. Now, as for finding someone, a lot of you are younger, you're lucky. In my day, we didn't have Tinder and eHarmony and Match. You had to go out and actually ask someone out in person. Means you had to know how to flirt. And we didn't have Netflix and chill either. You had to plan and go on a real date. It was like the days of King Arthur, full of wonder and magic, but also full of horrible ways to die. Now you're lucky you have the internet to help you. You can reject 10 ugly people before breakfast, which is a remarkable efficiency that should help you feel better about yourself after how mean you just were to 10 total strangers. Eventually you see someone who knows how to use filters and Photoshop well enough that they look good. So now you have to hunt for the red flags. Some people have more red flags than a communist convention. I'm 22, I have 5 kids by 5 different daddies. My kids are number 1, but I need a good provider. So you need to be at least 6 foot tall, make at least 6 figures, and have no kids so you can spoil mine. Right? For guys, a lot of the red flags are in pictures, like white boys flashing gang signs with their frat buddies. Or if all of the guy's pics are selfies of him holding a fish, you know 2 things. 1, he has no friends. 2, he smells like fish. Those things are probably related. Or if someone's pics are all group pics, you can bet they are the ugly one. You're not getting the Matt Damon lookalike they sometimes hang out with. No, you're getting Rowan Atkinson with 50 extra pounds. Some people, instead of answering all the questions, say, if you want to know anything, just ask. That translates roughly into, I really hope you don't ask what I have hidden in the freezer or what the shovel is for. But eventually you do find someone that you want to go on a date with. Now you get your hopes up, forgetting that you've done a little marketing yourself. Women have pictures of them wearing makeup. Guys have pictures of them sucking in their guts. Both of you have pictures when you look more like grapes than raisins. But this is a good thing. Honestly, if the other person was as awesome as they're coming across online, it's a problem. Because now you have to try to become a better person to keep up. And if you were really interested in doing that, you wouldn't be you. What you really want is someone in your league, but who is good at initial marketing. For example, you don't want to date Dave, the passive-aggressive mama's boy with IBS. You want to date Dave, the ruggedly handsome small business owner who loves dogs. You get to that first date, and you both know why you're there, but what you don't know yet is if you really want to be. You don't know this person. They could be even crazier than you. That's a scary thought for some of you. And if it's not scary, you may be the craziest one here. But at first date, you're trying to feel each other out, right? And so some people, especially women, play games during this time, like showing up late to gauge his reaction, accidentally spilling water on him, lighting his hair on fire. Spoiler alert, our reaction to that one will always be a red flag. Plus, everybody has at least one friend hotter than they are. Now guys, we don't notice because we do not care. But women keep around these friends just to test the loyalty of their dates. So this is Jen, she's a 6 like me, she's my bestie and I know you'll love her too. And then this is Ashley, she's easily a 9. I'm going to leave you alone with her for 5 minutes like a fat kid with a marshmallow to see if you can be trusted. If you're lucky or have bad judgment, oh, I missed the joke, sorry. Back up. Even without the games, you're still asking probing questions. It's the grown-up version of Go Fish. So, do you like board games? No, sorry, go fish. Do you have any exes with outstanding arrest warrants on them? Oh crap, you got me, I have 2. Things can escalate pretty quickly. If you're lucky or have bad judgment, you might find someone you want to go on a 2nd and 3rd date with. But now you're worried they'll find out what kind of a person you really are. And that weird obsession, and we all have one. Is it too weird? Now you're thinking about it, getting self-conscious. That's not attractive. Oh no, now you're self-conscious about being self-conscious. But if you happen to be here on a 2nd and 3rd date and you're laughing nervously and so are they, you can bet you haven't found out how weird each other is yet. But eventually the dating goes on, and now you think you want to continue, but you have this back pocket means of escape. Now, if you're lactose intolerant, milk can be a powerful ally here, especially if you're a guy. After dinner, suggest a shake or ice cream. And then at just the right moment, your hazy butt cloud will cool things off permanently. If you're a woman, you can go without makeup or alternately wear far too much. Guys, you can also go the wear far too much makeup option. I wouldn't recommend it, but you do you. Usually these sort of things take you out of the running with that person, but don't damage your reputation enough that you can't possibly land their hot friend. And they also save you the uncomfortable situation of the talk. Now the talk sucks. I mean, it's okay if you're both down with it and want to continue dating. Otherwise, one of you is a bit needy and insecure, right? I mean, you're not sure you even want to be involved with such a person. While you're trying to do your own thing, they're going to be nagging you or cheating on you, and you just don't know if you want that kind of negativity in your life. Unless you're the one who wants to talk. In which case, one of you is immature and afraid of commitment, right? And while you don't know if you want to be involved with that kind of person anyway, while you're planning your wedding and picking out names for the kids, the other person's playing video games, and you wanted to marry an adult to have children with, not marry your child and get in some weird Oedipus thing that'll make you feel gross about yourself. You just don't need that kind of negativity in your life. Sorry. But let's say the talk goes well, and now you're in a full-fledged relationship. This land is just covered in landmines. Any little thing can set them off. Forget an anniversary, boom. Assuming that all dates are going to be Dutch from now on, boom. Hit on their hot friend Ashley because you really can't be trusted, boom. This is why it's important to hold off on the talk until you're reasonably sure that their standards are so low that you won't have to become a better person to meet them. A lot of people miss this important part of the get to know you phase. Sure, you have to root out all the red flags, but you also have to make sure you won't have to change, because you probably won't. Now, some of you women have started dating a bad boy thinking, I can change him. Let me save you some time. No, you can't. The only guy you're likely to change is that shy, nerdy guy that you friend-zoned. You know, the one you rejected right after saying, I wish more guys were like you. That kind of rejection could make him more assertive, but also a bitter loner. But you will have changed him right into the kind of person other women are eager to try to fix. If you sidestep enough landmines, you just might meet the parents. And that's one of the biggest landmines of all. My wife decided to get that out of the way on our first date. Ripped that Band-Aid right off, though it felt more like duct tape at the time. She hadn't dated much, so she wanted to show me that she had a good time, and the best way she could think of was to invite me in to meet her mom. But while I was in there, the entire rest of her family shows up. I got to meet them all. You know that dream that we all have where you show up to take a test that you haven't studied for, and also you're naked for no good reason? Less awkward than that, especially now with body positivity. But let's say your girlfriend is normal and waits 6 months to introduce you to the parents. Still a big landmine, because all the craziness you witnessed there, your girlfriend grew up in that. They didn't escape. This is deeply ingrained. And if you marry into the family, then this is what you'll have to deal with as long as you're with that person. So that's the father who's a huge fan of whatever political party you hate. The conspiracy theorist mother who knows the moon landing was faked. The combative one with no sense of humor. The anti-science flat earther. The one who dates only losers and complains about them endlessly. Her family has collected them all, like the world's worst Pokemon set. And they collected your girlfriend too. She is not the same one in the family. She's just the one hiding it the best, which should be absolutely terrifying to you. Now finally, if you stay together long enough, maybe you talk about marriage. Now this is a big test too. And one of the biggest tests is how much to spend. Now studies have shown that there is an inverse relationship between how much you spend on a wedding and how happy you are long term. That's true. So the less you spend, the happier you're likely to be. Moral of the story, have a wedding. Or if you want to splurge a little bit and like corn dogs and tater tots, go to Sonic. But then you have to have an open bar for the cherry limeades, because those things are awesome. And if she's down with this, great. You'll live happily ever after. But if she's not, maybe you ought to consider that you should keep looking. Because her standards are obviously high enough that you might have to change to meet them. And when you don't change, you'll feel bad about yourself. And you just don't need that kind of negativity in your life. All right, thanks everyone.